Intellectually petty radio on your stereo. Don't compare us to anything, this a different scenario. We break records while we pushing the culture forward. Great music and big vibes right in that order. Intellectually petty radio on the stereo. Don't compare us to anything, this a different scenario. We break records while we pushing the culture forward. Great music and big vibes right in that order.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you in conjunction with A Beautiful Machine magazine and the mighty Nerd DJs Radio Network. Yo, first and foremost, man, I gotta say rest in peace to Ananda Lewis. Had the honor and privilege of having her on the show a few years ago. Matter of fact, I want to say it was like 4 years ago. And secondly, yo, you see, it's different. It's different. Yo, shout out to K4 Renovations, straight out of Cleveland, Ohio. If you need any type of renovations done, please reach out to my man K Chill, a hip hop legend, renovation legend. I don't even know how you say that shit. All I know is the set is dope and it's new. Yo, why the fuck is Moose up there clowning? Hopefully, it's the UPS person delivering my shit. But y'all already know, man. Day after day, week after week, year after year. I'm trying to get used to I got to, the camera angles is different. So I'm trying to get used to everything. I'm flabbergasted with the way shit looks. But I will like I got a TV right here, so I can see my guests right here, but the camera is right there. So, I'll be back and forth as far as that goes. I got a camera right there too, but I switching back and forth is sketchy at best for me. So I may have to go back to OBS. What the fuck, Moose? Like, are you kidding me, bro? I swear this dude just barks at the most random shit. My guess is it's a squirrel sitting on the front lawn, and he just can't give up on that shit. I'm waiting on our guest today. We got DENAUN Porter tapping in, and let me make sure that we hit up Rita, who is absolutely the best manager on the planet. Y'all know I can't type and talk at the same time, so I don't even try no more. And since I got a few minutes, if anybody is out there, they got some questions, let me know. I'm pumped. It just feels like some new shit is about to happen that is about to take us to a level that we haven't seen just quite yet. And we've been working for a long time. And I do want to say thank you to the people that's been fucking with Intellectually Petty Radio for the long haul. And when I say I've been doing this a long time, I mean I've been doing this a long time. Before podcasts were podcasts, there was internet radio shows. We've been doing it that long. My name is Jobs. If you are unaware, I am the host and proprietor of Intellectually Petty Radio. Formerly, My Skin Is My Sin, for those of you that go way back with me. And I talk to people. It's pretty much what I do. It's not brain surgery. I don't try to throw our people under the bus. I just try to have good conversations and talk about things, about what they do and about life in general. What you do gets you on the show, but the person that you are makes you stand out, and we stand on that. We've been doing this for, like I say, a minute. Man, I got some questions too, man. We have some things. And salute to you. Let me know what you think of the new set. Oh, and hold on. Let me. Like, can you see that? That's so fucking dope, man. That's just the little touches that Chill added and shit. And I can't see. That's why I got this big ass fucking monitor, because I'm blind as a fucking bat. So we got a little time. Yo, I know y'all seen the shit jumping off in Los Angeles. I seen, and then I seen them arrest a senator today. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like a sitting, and I'm at a crossroads with it because I'm one of those people. I feel like our community is always left out to dry. When it concerns us, you have a sprinkling of these folks, and you have a sprinkling of those folks. But generally speaking, Black folks is on their own and have been so from day one. And I see a lot of people trying to guilt us into being more proactive with everything that's going on in this country. And I understand the apathy. I get it. I myself am kind of apathetic. And then you see things like ICE going into an elementary school. Like, just as a father, that shit fucks with me and bothers me a lot. And I can't understand how a grown man feels good about that shit. What about that raid makes you go home and tell your wife, yo, I had a great fucking day. We arrested some illegal aliens and their 5-year-old kids were crying while we did it. What about that makes you feel better as a man? And I'm not about to get on my high horse about like the legalities of it. Just be a fucking human being. Be a person. Like I say, I would prefer to stand on business with people that stand on business with me. I don't see that from other communities by and large, and it makes me hesitant. It is just a really gray area in the world that we live in now, and it's just fucked up. I don't get it. What's going on, Oscar? How you doing, fam? I just and then when you see a senator get treated like a regular nigga off the streets, that's the scary part. Like, at what point does law and order, which is crazy from the law and order party is so anti-law and order at this point. Fuck what the judicial system says. They don't have to. They feel like they don't have to abide by any law or any judgment that doesn't agree wholeheartedly with what they're saying. That's not how this shit's supposed to work. We're supposed to have checks and balances for a reason. Okay, bet. And I just got word that DENAUN is on his way. But while I'm on my high horse, yo, what do you think? Have you chosen, like, if you are not Hispanic or Latino, have you chosen a side per se? Do you feel like Black folks sitting on the sideline is wrong? And the reason I'm saying I don't really want to, right now, I don't know that if I were in the Hispanic community's shoes, I don't think I'd be objective in this. And you can't be. And that's no slander or no disrespect to anybody of Hispanic descent. It's just like right now, things are popping for y'all, and it's not in a good way. And it makes you feel a certain type of way, because I know that over the years, if I go to work when after Tamir Rice was murdered, you go to work and it's so fucking angry. Anyway, I'm gonna jump off my high horse, and we are going to get to the man of the hour. Yo, we got con artist, aka Mr. Porter, aka DENAUN Porter, aka one of, if not the best rapper / producer in the history of vocal cords and MPC machines. I'm talking about one of the dopest individuals to ever grace the galaxy. We got the man himself, DENAUN Porter. How you doing, King?
Man,
Okay.
I've never had an intro like that.
You said you never had an intro like that? Hold on. Yo,
I
and give me
appreciate
one
that.
second. We're having a little technical. Oh, no doubt, man. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm having a little technical difficulty. I'm trying to move you over to the big part of the screen, and it's just not letting me, yo. But in the meantime, while I fix that, man, how you doing, man? How's life?
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, but for some reason, like I'm having we having some technical issues, and I don't
Okay,
know if it's me or it's you.
okay.
You good over there now?
Yeah. I'm just on this. I'm in the studio, so I'm in Raleigh, and I'm in a studio with Rhapsody right now. So it's like we over here working. So it's like I'm it might be that it's a little loud in here too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So how you doing, bro? Happy Father's Day
Man,
too, by the way,
I'm
if it applies.
thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't complain. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I just got a new setup, so I'm sorry if I seem a little scattered,
Oh
but you the
no,
first.
no, it's all good. It's all
Yeah,
good, man.
you the first guest with this shit, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. That's dope. That's dope.
Yo,
Okay.
okay, so where does it start? When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Bonita Applebum.
That's taking it back, nigga.
Yeah, Bonita Applebum. That's when it got
Yo,
real for me.
I hated that song when it came out. Hated it.
Man, I was like, and I want to say it was Left My Wallet in El Segundo, but it was by the time that song came out, I was ready to go. I was in it. I was in it.
So you was a Native Tongues fan off rip.
I was a Tribe Called Quest De La Soul fan.
Got you. The JB's wasn't really your speed. Oh, wait a minute.
JB's was, I was excited, but you know, you know.
The JB's was like I don't want to be disrespectful. But yeah, Tribe and De La were definitely like another level.
I
What
wanted to be in that crew. I had no idea what they was doing. I just wanted to be a part of their crew. So, uh, but
do you
yeah,
remember your first rhyme?
I do not. I don't even remember being a kid. I got shot when I was 14. I flatlined 3 times. My memory is actually really messed up from like being shocked back to life.
Yo, did you I know everybody asked you, did you see the light?
Something else, but to be honest with you, when people say it's weird to me when I hear people say talk about it because I don't know if they really experienced it. There's certain things that happen that I think you're not supposed to talk about. That's not for us to know that you know that maybe other people may not. So I don't know. I won't say I seen a light, but I definitely talked. I had conversations, and I remember the conversations, but can't remember who I was before that.
Yo. Okay, so I don't know if I didn't technically die, but I had heart surgery. So they got to fuck with your shit.
Mm,
And
yeah,
I've just been a whole type of different individual afterwards.
yeah.
It just,
I mean,
it
you have a
just
different appreciation for life, and I think that happens. But the experience, man, is like something that I'll remember, and I know I'm supposed to remember that part.
mhm.
But uh, it makes me I'm very skeptical of people sometimes when they talk about things, because I'm like, it's like when people talk about depression, what they say depression is, I don't know if that's what they feeling.
Mm.
Sometimes I think they're having a bad day or a bad time. But depression is a little different than anxiety and all this thing. They say people experience it different, but I think it's the same thing. I think in general it's the same thing. Is all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
But I
I
don't know
got
if
you.
it's I think it changes you for sure.
Absolutely. Um, Production. What is it that makes production different than writing verses?
Oh, I think they are the same thing because it's like putting together puzzles. For me, it's like putting together pieces of a puzzle. In every step that I make an accomplishment that it's instant gratification.
Mhm.
So sometimes when you say a line or two and it's a crazy line, or it's like you say you in a crazy pocket or something, I get the same feeling across the board. But I think production wise, I listen back to it by itself, and I have a different feeling than I'm listening to when you write. It's kind of hard. I think my whole appreciation for it, because you know how crazy that, you know how much God got to actually love you to give you such a gift, man. Like to be able to do something like that. I was just telling Rhapsody this, like it's a blessing to be able to have it. It's a blessing to be able to have it, but it's also like God, man, you have a gift that can't nobody take from you. That can't, and it's so gratifying, and it gives you, and you don't have to fight for it. You don't gotta, you know what I mean? It's a. I think that it's just a blessing to be able to have it, and I think I appreciate it in that way because of that. You know?
Mhm. Do you get stuck? You feel like, like, are you ever incomplete with a beat? Like, can you?
Yeah, I can say I get stuck, but I don't know. I get stuck, but it's almost like I just do something else. You know what I mean? Like I like remodeling homes and stuff like that. Like I just do. I got a lot of things that I love to do. Sometimes I just sit and listen to records. Like just have an appreciation for music instead of making it. So it just depends.
Most un-Detroit album you own?
The what?
I said the most un-Detroit album you own. What would that be?
I think you broke up. Okay, you said the most what album?
The most un-Detroit album you have, or the album that most Detroiters would be shocked that you're listening to.
Bob James, Les Miserables.
Dang it. Really?
Um, yeah. It was a play. It was a medieval play. That would probably be one. But then again, they might not be shocked at that because I use that for Just Don't Give a Fuck. So, um, mm,
Wait a minute. I didn't know you produced that one.
uh-huh.
I
Like
didn't.
my first,
And I remember, like,
like my first joints, yeah.
I distinctly remember my boy Pop, rest in peace. And I remember going over this nigga
Mhm.
house with Just Don't Give a Fuck on a tape. And I didn't say,
Uh-huh.
who it was or whatnot. And nigga, we were so fucking blown away. At what,
Yeah.
at what point did you look at him and say, yeah, we about to make it?
I don't know if I had that. I thought we were just trying to figure it out the whole time. Like I did Infinite, and we thought we made it then because we did a whole album. And I was only making beats for like 3 months when I first met Marshall. So, uh, and then I don't know if I had that feeling until like I met Dilla. I think when I met Dilla, and his name was JD, and I was like, oh, I made it. I just really wanted to impress him and Proof and make beats for my crew. So I think making it, I was so deep into it by that time.
Mhm.
It didn't dawn on me until I started losing friends and having money, and you know some life just became different. I didn't have anything before that, and I knew how to be poor before I was able to have something, to know how to have a rich mentality, right? So I had a poor mentality, but I think I had a rich mentality when I was poor because I appreciated everything. I had appreciation for a lot of things. My gratitude was very high. So I don't know if making it, by the time I got to that, man, I was like busy. I was really busy. I was in a group. I'm in D12. I'm producing, but I'm producing on a high level. I was doing single after single. I was trying to build a team of producers. That's how PIMP came about with my man Bird. Like he brought that idea to the table. So I was trying to build a team of producers because I didn't have time. I was an artist at the same time. And then I got a record deal. And then it was like, I got an offer for a single, I mean, a solo deal. So I was very busy. And then one day my lawyer called me and was like, hey, you got to go to the Grammys. And I was like, I
That's
think
fire.
I went to one, and I was like, I don't want to come back. I don't want to go back. And I think I took a date, and I thought this was, and I got in there, and it was like, I didn't want to. be a part of it that way. I just didn't want to be a part of it that way. And so I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if it happened for me like that. I don't know when it, because there was so much going on that probably not till like 6 years in, I realized like, oh, I'm actually in it.
Most people that did not grow up in Detroit, and especially my generation, I'm 53, uh, don't truly understand the importance of proof to hip hop in Detroit.
Mm, mm, mm.
Give those people a view of what you saw that made him the mayor.
Everybody that came to Detroit was looking for proof. Everybody that came there, there was anybody that came to Detroit, and that was the person that they was like, he was either with proof or they knew proof or they wanted to know proof. And a lot of connections would not have happened. He was a connector. He would just connect people sometimes and not ask for anything. He was he believed in you, and he had a way of making everybody feel extremely special. And I feel like everybody felt like they had their own personal relationship with him.
Mhm.
Um, and like I just remember when I did when I met him. When I met him, I was like, "Oh, this nigga crazy." Like he was like, it was like he crazy. Like I was like, it's like the nigga that play too much, and it's like, man, they play too much, dog. Like why? But and I didn't understand that because I was like, I'm younger. I'm younger than him and M, and they took me in. Well, M took me in, and
Mhm.
um, Proof used to be very tough on me, and I just remember he told me one day, "Never give yourself a crutch." He said, you know, you can work with people, but never give yourself a crutch where you need them.
Mhm.
And when I learned that lesson very early, I was like, he was so wise at his age. Proof had lived way longer than we even him passing. You know, I realize this now. He lived a lot of life. Like
Yeah.
he lived longer. You know, I lost my brother in October actually, and I I realized my brother, he's younger than me, and I realized my brother was older than me.
Mhm.
He lived a lot of life, and sometimes we live life so fast, you know. And I feel like I'm guilty of that as well. I think we don't realize it, but people be like, Proof was a very wise individual. He was very welcoming. He was at the same time, but he was very influential, and we wouldn't have a scene. We would not have a scene the way we had it. We would not have that scene without him, without what he did, without Maurice Malone, what they did. And Proof made what Maurice Malone was doing more important. And you know,
I
I
don't
think
think
that
and
that was
I've
just
interviewed a
something that
shitload of
kids
people
look
from the
for.
city, bro. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I've interviewed a shitload of people
Uh-huh.
from the city, bro, and you're the first person to bring up Maurice Malone, which is a crime.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. And
No,
I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna go to
Maurice
the
is
name. Crazy.
yeah, yeah, but I think that they may not, they, you know, they can have an underwhelming appreciation for him if, because a lot of people feel like if you didn't do something for him or if they didn't do something for me, I don't
Yeah.
remember 'em. I don't like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But I know how important everything is because like I said, having gratitude means acknowledging even the smaller um, pieces to the puzzle. And Maurice Proof made what Maurice was doing more powerful, and Maurice made what Proof was doing more powerful. They were able to form a bond that I admired. We
Mm.
all admired it. But when Method Man and I seen Wu Tang and all them dudes come into Detroit and then they knew Proof, I was like, oh man, this is who I need to know. But I knew him, and he was my teacher, and he was my big brother, and he but I super man. It was there's not a lot of people. There wouldn't be them without him. You know.
There's another name in the hip hop pantheon of Detroit that most of the planet has no clue who he is. Hex Murder.
Oh, Yeah, he's like a different version of Proof, just more of a nigga. uh,
That's actually the perfect way to put it. Like he's
yeah,
the Goonier Proof, if you
he's
will.
the he's the but the funny thing like about Hex, it was like, man, Hex knew all the girls. I was like, you know, Hex too. Like, wait a minute, man, what's going on? Like Hex just knew, and you realize like some people had this talent to like they have a talent to be able to be, you know, to connect people, bring people together, and also sometimes be influential if something works or not works. You know,
Hmm.
the Hex is um he's just it's like a person that you see, and it was like just he's very influential. He's very charismatic, or just very like his presence. They have just huge presence. They have this presence that's undeniable, right?
Hmm.
And I think him and Proof had that in common. That's why they was friends, and um, it was just, you know, I think like again, people, if you weren't around at that time, you wouldn't know. But
Yeah,
everybody know him. Even not right
yeah,
now. People right now, like you ask Questlove or anybody like that, anybody that's in the scene, anybody that they know who these people are. You know, it's like I said, it's ignorance for people to be like, well, they haven't done nothing for me. I don't really fuck with them. They ain't really, I don't know. You minimize things and you miss opportunity. Those people
yeah.
create, like Amp Fiddler, how important Amp Fiddler was for Dilla to meet Q-Tip. Man, if if the people didn't know that, they don't know that. And then you look at Amp and see Amp and how eclectic he was with how he dressed, and he's an artist and this and that, and the wrong person to just act like Amp didn't have any importance, but it wouldn't be people wouldn't really they might not know Dilla the way that they know him if it wasn't for Amp Fiddler.
Yeah.
So these you know, so you have to appreciate people when they're here, whether they're doing something for you or not. Recognize what they're doing, appreciate them, give them their flowers, and not just give them their flowers, ask them if they need help. How can I be of service to you? That's how you know,
Facts,
you have a long lasting career.
facts. Okay, so go back a little bit. D12 puts out their first album.
Mm-hmm.
It's a success. I think y'all went
Uh-huh.
platinum, right? The first one.
Double shit.
What what was the I talked to Bodie James once, and he was disappointed in how Detroit received him. Did you ever feel
Mm-hmm.
that during that point?
I mean, yeah, but I think at the you get to a point where you don't care because we was trying to get noticed even before the deals. Like we were so happy just to hear our song on Bushman radio show. Me and M did a commercial. He didn't even play our song, but he played the commercial. He did one. We did two different commercials, and I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. But I definitely had that, but it was also like I had to realize that, and I'll tell anybody this: if you're doing something different, you're probably gonna make it.
Mm,
You're probably gonna make it. And what Bodie didn't understand and what he don't understand is that you so different from all of this shit. Like you talk street shit different than everybody from Detroit,
yo,
right?
that nigga's
And if
our
you
E40.
different, he listen, bro. Jay-Z was reciting his lines. I don't. People was trying to say. I saw something. They was polling something maybe a couple months back, and I saw it, and I was like, you niggas don't even know what you're talking about. Like Jay-Z was rapping this nigga's lines recently. I just seen he's rapping this nigga lines. Like he told him he one of his favorite rappers. He told Boldy that. Jay-Z said that about Boldy James. So when niggas be talking about that, I don't pay no attention. I was telling them don't pay no attention to that shit. We know how great you are. The right people know. I know. I love Boldy, man. Boldy is like, and I think his focus, if Boldy got like to the point where he was focused and he listened like in a way where it was like he let somebody handle some of the things he didn't want to handle, right?
Yeah,
Like, like Boldy, if it, like Boldy, when he was with Alchemist, he's a different beast than he was when he's doing projects where he's just kind of doing them. He's a different beast.
crazy.
And
Yes.
he doesn't see that because he's so talented that he's just doing and he's a hustler and he's like, no, nigga, I'm going to grab this bag. There are bigger, better situations that come from just being accessible. And
Yeah.
because he's so down to earth and so loved the way that he is, Bodie doesn't even see his greatness because of that, because he's used to operating the way he's operating. And I think that that's why he might have that feeling, because the reason that those people might say, they can say they don't know him, or they can say anything like that, is because Bodie doesn't always see himself and how incredible he is. So he'll
Mm.
say, I'm gonna go do this, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this because I'm getting the bags. And he don't know that nigga wanted like them. He's just incredible, and he talks street shit way different than everybody else. And them niggas just don't. They
I
don't
don't get it.
understand it, and they can't. They don't. It ain't that they don't get it. They can't do it. So they're gonna say shit like that. That nigga one of a kind.
Is there somebody that came to you that wanted to get signed that you passed on that you felt like you should have signed?
No, I never feel like that. Because I had people also come around and think that they should have been signed, and I tell them I don't give a shit if you turn into Whitney Houston tomorrow. I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it. Like, I've done everything that you want to do, I've done it. Just because I've done it don't mean that you can. Everybody can't go. And just because you think that you're talented, talent ain't the only thing. It takes more than talent. It takes more than them funky ass attitudes. Like, you be a diva, you got so many ideas. You got these ideas, but you need people to put them together. People
Yeah.
got to get back to a point where you have a point man. Like, that's why I'm out here right now. I'm working with Rhapsody on this album, and it's like I've known her forever, just like I've known Kendrick forever, just like I've known. You don't always work with people right away when you meet them, and you don't always. Sometimes it's the right time to do things. You know, they need people that can see a little further than who they are. So if anybody ever came to me like that, you gotta understand. I had Jay Electronica. Jay Electronica was like one of my first. Uh, Artists.
Really?
Him, Guilty Simpson, they used to always be at the house. So when Guilty, before Dilla passed, me and Dilla was both doing Guilty's album. It was just gonna be me and Dilla. And I
Okay.
think that, and uh
So wait, 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 wait,
um
wait. Do y'all have a Dilla Guilty DENAUN songs that we haven't heard?
no, we just have the whole that first album. It was a lot of songs that didn't go on the album that Dilla did, that I did, and we was just cohesively making the album. Like, I hear something he did, and I work on a song for Guilt that would be that, and it just was cohesive. It was a project. It was an album. And we worked on it like that. Like, it was taking time because we was picking the right records. But when he passed, um, I was in depression. Guilty came to the house and was like, "Nigga, I need you to go to this meeting with me because we was
Mm.
all working on it, and Dilla was gone, but I was out of it when Proof passed." And so that's how the Stone Throw thing ended up going.
Mhm.
But Dilla, Guilty, Jay Electronic, yeah,
Oh, I think you must have got a phone
we have
call.
a song,
I'm sorry, you're breaking
Get
up a
'Em.
little bit.
I don't know if you ever heard that, but
I,
it's
I didn't hear
me,
you. You broke up a little bit.
Jay Electronica, and Guilty, and this dude from this other guy, Big Dame, and it was cold. Like, I mean, but it was like that was my crew. That was my little crew. So I mean, when people come to me and say that I don't think I've ever passed on anybody and was like, I've definitely told people and was like, sent somebody, it was like, hey, you might want to sign this person, and they were sick about it afterwards.
Mm.
But I don't really have that.
Okay. Who did you feel you did that for that was the biggest failure on that other person not signing them?
Um, hmm, I can't think of nobody off the bat. Though, as
Okay.
far as names,
Hmm.
that, let's see. I can't say. I can't say. Actually, I can't say because some of them are huge now, and it's like I wouldn't even do that to them because it's not like I told you something. It's like, man, you dropped the ball. You know,
Okay, so this is a question I ask
couple
everybody.
times,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
couple times too, couple times,
You gotta give me.
bro.
Come on,
It's a
bro. You gotta
couple
give me
people
something.
that's like,
You gotta give me something. They use
oh
now. They don't care.
no, but you know what I will tell you. This what I'll give you this.
Okay.
There's a dude that used to work for Aftermath. His name was Mike Lynn,
Mm-hmm.
and at this time, uh, I told Mike Lynn I bought him Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. So I bought him Stunt 101, right?
Okay.
And it was five beats. It was like this is I basically when I make songs for people or whatever, I make them make them for them. I actually
Okay.
made Stunt 101 for Slum Village. Dilla told me to make some shit for Slum Village. And this is when we was living in it was like Macomb County. It was like out. I lived in Chesterfield and Dilla stayed maybe like 2 miles away from me. And I went
Okay.
to the house and he was like, nigga, I'm working on this Slum Village shit. I was like, word. I thought they was about to like do the group shit again. And he was doing songs, but he wasn't all the way in the group. But he was like, I need you to make some shit. So I went to the crib because I was like, dog, I'm leaving tomorrow. And of course, the OG telling me to do something, I go do it. So I'm like, I go make these joints, right? 5
Mhm.
joints. Give him the Dilla. He's like, bet. I'm gonna play him for them. This, and that. I leave. He was like, I don't know what happened, but I got to Dre because I was staying in LA, so I was staying between both. And I went to Dre's and was like, we just finished 50, and we was like, they was doing G Unit and stuff like that. And I said, well, I think Slum passed on it. Slum passed on it.
Mm.
Shit, they passed on the whole tape, I think, at that like because Dilla was
Wow.
playing those shit. And I think they passed on that whole tape. I gave that same tape to Mike Lynn, and Mike
Uh-huh.
Lynn was like, see? Niggas always trying to do some different shit. This shit whack. He called it whack. He said this, this, then I said, you sure? I
Mm.
said, all right, make sure you tell Dre that. I got to go to Germany. I was like, I'm leaving. We going on tour. Because I'm doing a million things. So I'm trying to navigate it.
Mm-hmm.
So we leave. I go to Germany, C50. He was like, nigga, I'm ready. I got the group. Boom. I was like, I got the perfect single for y'all. So I played him Stunt 101. It became the single. Called Mike, was like, hey, did you have to tell Dre that you called that beat whack? He was like, man, I don't know if he played it for Dre or whatever. He told him, he didn't even give it to him. And when I seen Dre, I was like, listen. He was like, nigga, and Dre said something about Stunt 101, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nigga. I said, I gave Mike the beat. He told me it was whack. It's like, and Slum Village passed on it. But like shit like that happen all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But
So
I'm never going to say that I believe in something if I don't think it's something there. I really don't just do that. I don't just be the person be like, this is it. This is it. When I know, I know.
this is a question I ask everybody that comes on the show. Has nothing to do with anything. But here it goes. Okay. So you're sitting on a park bench, and God sits down next to you, and he or she says you can ask them one question. What would it be?
Um, why do you make us forget who we are when we come here?
Mm. Never
Or
heard
why do
any.
we have to? Why do we have to forget? And if I didn't ask that question, I would ask, why would you not tell us that everything is going to be okay when we lose people? Because sometimes we lose ourselves after we lose them.
Yo, the whole death concept, like if I was in heaven back in the day before they made humans, like that probably is one of the things. There's a couple of things I'd be like, yeah, maybe we should just let them live longer. Because death hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. It's tough. It's very tough. It's very tough because we miss them. It's not necessarily tough in a way. We do feel like they okay, but we got to get there. But initially, it's the missing of them. Like I've recently, because of what I'm going through now, my
Mhm.
grief is so delayed, man. Like I'm crying. I had this past weekend, I was supposed to be in Raleigh last weekend.
Mhm.
And matter of fact, I was supposed to go to BET where it didn't even go and nothing. I had to do nothing. I couldn't leave the room because I was in tears, just
Mhm.
missing my brother so much. And it was delayed because I was trying to be there for everybody else and I wasn't there for myself all the way. And I didn't know
Mhm.
how much I was hurting and missing him because it don't start kicking in. My brother run around and he be doing stuff. He call me when he need me. I might not see him for months. I might not, but I know he's here on Earth. I know that, and I'm used to him doing that. And now I know that that's not the case, and it's starting to hit me. And we don't get the opportunity to know, and so we just miss them. We feel that they okay. We feel that something is more than this. Everybody does, but we miss them. We miss the physical, knowing that they're there, seeing them do something, and we miss even being angry at them. We miss the emotional connection. We miss the physical connection with people. We miss them.
Yeah.
That's the human condition. But it's also the way God wants it, and I try not to question it.
What's the cheapest but best gift you've given someone?
The cheapest but best gift?
Mm-hmm.
I bought my daughter XRP. I bought or gave stock tips to certain people. like
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yo, that's fire right there. Like at any point you feel like just giving me a stock tip, bro, I'm gonna take that shit. Just DM me, do whatever you want to do.
I mean, listen, bro. Today is just all you got to do is watch the news and watch the rumors. You buy one and you sell one. You buy a rumor, sell the news. It's the you just got to pay attention. And I would say this for anybody, and just in general, not just our people, but if you ain't investing by now and people think you got to have a lot of money, start buying $25 worth of Bitcoin and all that. That shit gonna be the money. No country has ever ruled as long as our country has. We're on our way out. You better start investing in something, because it's not gonna be nobody there. There won't be no government to help you out. It won't be those things. Like, educate yourself on the other shit that they never. Listen, this is a tough, and it's probably a clip, and it can go, because they'll take whatever piece that they want. Systematic oppression is almost something that I can't believe in as much no more, because all of the information is in your hand. It is a choice to not research nothing. And how is somebody gonna hold you back from knowing something when it's right in your hand?
Because I'm gonna tell you the rub to that is that I can have a doctorate in math, an 800 credit score, have a beautiful resume, walk into a bank and they tell me no, simply based off of what I look like. I can know more than that banker, but that banker is in a position of power that restricts my ability for upward mobility simply based on what I look like. So,
I mean that part.
Yeah.
But I don't gotta see none of these people to learn shit, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't need to see none of them to learn nothing. We passed that part. We passed them saying, well, I ain't gonna give you the job because you're black. Man, listen, fuck them. I'm gonna figure my own job out. I'm gonna figure out how y'all taking these same things and these same components. Data is the king. If you figure out a way to collect data on a massive level, you build the IP and you own that IP.
Yeah.
You don't need nobody white for that. You don't need nobody any other color. And there's no reason that we're not even taking the smallest pieces of our time. If you ain't in your week, if you go through a week, and this is for everybody, if you go through your week and you ain't learning for an hour, you are wasting your life. You're wasting your life. If you just learn something 15 minutes a day, pick something, you're going to be great at it. And you don't need anybody. You don't need their help. Why are we asking for help at a place we don't need their help? Now, there's the component of, the privilege of being able to take us out and hurt us and not pay the price for it. But that just means quit doing shit to get you in that situation. If it's just something that actually happened, people have more of a right to be upset and more of a right to tear some shit up. But we don't create those conditions because we make these excuses and we'll say like, well, he was just doing what he had to do. Why? You don't gotta rob your brother for that. How about don't rob nobody? Nigga, pick up a phone. You You using the phone to text your man to meet you at the spot to rob the niggas at. That same phone can pay you millions of dollars. You're an idiot. That's a choice, dog. That is a choice. And you got to
Okay.
stop making them same choices. We
Yeah,
have to stop.
bad
Ain't,
decisions are generational curses.
man. They're also that, but they're also the fault of the parent that did not raise them, and the fault of that parent that did not raise them.
Yeah.
So the way that you break that, I don't always agree with this, but it's a community's got to start raising each other again.
Mm-hmm.
Communities have to start. We have to build a community of something like. I don't understand why every block they should hold. They should hold like contests. What block can save the most money in a year?
Mm.
Like if
Okay, so
everybody come together and we got a chairman and we got this, but you know why it won't happen? Because somebody will figure out how to rob a nigga, somebody will figure out how to shice them, somebody will fight because they'll think that they're gonna do one of the two. It's messed up. It's messed up.
okay, so we'll add a couple of rules to it. First, the elite, the economic elite of Detroit put in also to match whatever that block saves up.
That would be that is I'm all for that. I'm all for doing it. And not in ways I do, but I'm all for that. It's just that we need, bro, we don't have leaders. And the one thing I learned, our women need leaders. Women need women leaders that ain't talking about I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't and young men need Jason Wilsons. We need all of them. We need more of them, and we need more people that raise even not because we forget about we get to a point where we talking about the young men and how they need to be raised, and we starting to see that starting to turn. But these daughters can't be raised by fathers. They can be loved by them, but they can't be raised by them.
That part. Yeah.
You
And
know
I
what I
got three
mean?
daughters. I know.
We can't. It's got to get to a place where we stop doing that because, dog, they need that guidance that doesn't look like date them all, get them for what that ain't working no more.
Man.
That don't work no more. That's an old hotel. That don't work. You know, and I as a man, I can only give a great example of what I pray that she as a daughter would choose
Yeah.
and if she sees that. But that's only so I can only create a safe space for her to feel loved, but not feel entitled. But not feel that every man is going to have the best interest. But if the men are being taught by a whole bunch of men that do have their best interest, then it'll kind of even out. But
Yeah.
it ain't all on us, man. Before they leave your house, they your kid. Before they leave your house, we put so much on a person. How can you put so much on somebody like you gonna put
Like a
everything
teacher.
on Snoop? You're gonna put everything on a Big Sean. You're gonna put everything on a Royce. You're gonna put everything on you, me. Man, what are they doing before they leave the house?
I got a different opinion on Snoop that you're probably not gonna like though.
I
Is
mean,
that
I don't really care. People. I think everybody has one. Everybody got an opinion, you know.
you know what? Well, my thing is, and I love Snoop's music, but I also see the harm in his cripping.
In his cripping.
Yes. And
Well,
in him being a successful crip and never giving that up, it gives the illusion that that's a possibility for every crip, and it's not. Most crips are going to end up dead
I
in
get
jail.
what you're saying. I'll tell you what. I grew up around. I grew up around the West Coast, so as a young man, they
Mhm.
embraced me, right?
Right.
Dre took
Mhm.
me in out there, and I was like out there in a way where West Coast is like home to me.
Okay.
It's like so. And the one thing that I realize is there's more camaraderie and community in those situations than they are. You see all of the gangbanging and all of that shit. It's not the same. It is not the same. And the reason that they continue to do that is because you have to go and see him. You got to go see what he did with his football league. I know
Okay.
people try to downplay those things. You actually have to see it, bro. Go watch the movie that he just put out for this album. When
Okay.
they was in Arizona and he took his kids and all of these kids and it was the Snoop Bowl and it was like you have to see what they do. They do a lot, bro. They do a lot. It is not bang bang shoot 'em up, crip walk da 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 da. Because if that's the case, Bloods be the same thing. They actually there's ignorance in everything, and that is our fault. We cannot keep putting that blunt. We just have to stop. But I get the point. I get
Mhm.
exactly what you're saying. It's not even a combative thing. I get it, but you actually have to see it to
And
understand
I've
that they
been
don't
told that.
look at it like they don't look at it like, and not that they don't look at it like, they don't carry it like that.
Yeah.
They don't carry it like nigga crip fuck da, 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 da. It ain't like that at all. They don't carry it like that at all. It's Bloods and Crips that be around each other. It's not like that.
Okay.
The
So
shit that they do for their communities is way different. It's a way different level of giving back, to be honest.
okay, let me ask you this: best
Mhm.
in studio talent that you've come across.
Ooh, best in studio talent. Other than me,
Other than you.
oh shit, that's a tough one. Right now, Black Odyssey, and I haven't even been in the studio with him yet. I
Mhm.
know what he's doing, and he's one of the most amazing producers that I've seen come up. He's
Okay.
not just a producer; he's a lot. He's an artist. He's talented. Alchemist, Alchemist,
Really?
Alchemist does artwork. Alchemist does, yeah. He like crazy. He like a really. But you know what? Though people that I become friends with, we all have this thing alike. So I don't just, it's like producing, make beats. If I need to make beats, I'm gonna remodel a house. I'm going to, uh, uh, bro, I do video editing. I do that level of talent in that thing. It's like, it's not a, I'm starting to understand that it's not a level of talent. It's a level of being addicted to learning.
Mm.
I think we all, Erica Badu, man, very, like shit that she do, totally different than but from just that we are addicted to learning, and that I think that sets the people aside. But I think one of the most talented, man, in studio people, I don't know, because there's a lot of people that have different talents. But if I
Mhm.
would say at one thing, man, let me tell you something. I put this on everything, and I keep saying this because I know how people be having they be having their words and their wars about M over M, and what they
Right.
say about M. Let me
Yes.
explain something to people. Let me just say this. Y'all don't write as much as this man. You don't sit there, and I understand it's all just putting words together. Look here. No, the fuck it's not. This man write 24/7. He's writing 24/7. I have never seen an artist write as much as him. The way that he takes English language
Hmm.
and brutalizes it. He utilizes it, but he's brutal. I have never seen nobody be that dedicated, and nobody more dedicated and more talented when it comes to as a writer. I have never seen somebody that never seen a talent like that, and I stand by that because when we started, the first thing I said was like, bro, I know you saying some fresh shit because I rap, but slow down, right?
Hmm.
And when he slowed down, we did Infinite, and then it was like, oh, and then we slowed it down a little bit more, and then it turned into Slim Shady. And I've never seen him not with that pen. I've never not seen that. As far as talent, that is one of the most talented writers that I've ever seen. One of the most
Hmm.
talented singers that I've ever seen. That's effortless. Her name is Tone Treasure Givens. Tone Geneva Givens is from Flint, Michigan. She's one of the first people. She's one of the first people when I had J Electronic and all them. That was like my camp.
Hmm.
She is one of the most effortless, most incredible singers that I have ever heard in my life. And I mean like Nina Simone. Uh
Mm.
she's on a song called Promise I that I did for Snoop a long time ago. And she's on a lot of records. She's on a lot of records but that I put her on, but she's one of the most talented singers that I have ever in my life worked with. And as far as rappers, Royce. I don't understand how he says the shit that he say, and he don't have lines wrote down. He the only person that I've ever seen like that comes out of nowhere. By the time he gets to putting the song together, it's like, nigga, where did you stack the lines? He don't always stack them. He just be doing it.
You gotta be
And
kidding.
bro, I kid you not, I
And
have
I
never
had that nigga on the show. He didn't say nothing about that.
listen. He don't, because it's like it's just there. He thinks of it and it's there, and he don't always be stacking the lines like that. He just be sometimes he do it right there, and then I'll be mad because he'll be like, "No, I got to change this line." It's we done fought over like all the albums we done at this point, bro. There's so many versions. I was telling him the other day, I was like, you know, this first version of this song that we had with him and Pusha T and uh, I think Rick Ross is on the song, and bro, it's one of the I love that version more because in his verse he changed his verse. I was like, damn, dog. All right. But those, as far as people, those are because those are the people that I work with in there. But it's, even producers, I think them joints is one of my favorite creators,
Okay.
producers. Um, Black Odyssey. I'm telling you, people that I've never met. One of my favorite producers is D Miles, who does. He does. He did. What's my man name? Lucky Day.
Oh, I'm not
Lucky
familiar.
Day. Lucky Day, the singer. Oh man, what you mean? Lucky Day is one of the, he was incredible. But D Miles is one of my favorite fucking producers. He's incredible. This dude from Alabama named Prophecy. This nigga's mean. Like he's mean. And then this guy Ty Proven. It's a lot of people that I really feel like they even coming up or is working on. There's a guy named Red Lotus. I don't know if you've seen him. I'm excited about him because I think that he's turning into something new. This guy named Red. Uh, I just said his name and just forgot it that quick.
Red
But
Lotus.
Red Lotus, man, he's mean.
So I got one more question for you. I know you got shit to do. And yo, shout out
Mhm.
to Rhapsody too, by the way. Rhapsody's fucking
Yeah,
dope.
she in there. I would put on, but we in work mode. She in there chilling like she in super chill mode. I was
Hey,
like,
she is
I don't want
welcome
to stole on camera and
anytime.
shit, but yeah.
She's welcome anytime. Okay, but I give you one ticket to see any person dead or alive perform. Who would it be?
Marvin Gaye. Marvin
Mm,
Gaye. Marvin Gaye,
yo,
absolutely, positively, nobody else. Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye and at a tiny desk.
Oh my God, dear Lord. Here's the crazy
Bring it.
part. That actually can happen in about 3 years.
Okay, you gotta
It can
put me up
actually
on.
happen. Oh, it will. Trust me. It'll happen in about 3 years. It gets catching up. People have to understand that we talking about uh 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 we talking about Jasmine Sullivan. Uh what
She scares me. She scares me, but she is fucking dope.
oh
But she
Jasmine.
scares me.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no. Yeah,
Don't walk
I
my
got this
way.
record. We about to send her. Um uh oh yeah, AI it will be able to you will be able to eventually eh, take enough music and enough
Mhm.
video and things like that, input that data into AI, and it would be able to replicate what that would actually sound like if it was a live song and this is that. As if those people was doing it today. I'm pretty sure we'll be going there if people just stop calling it the devil. It's not a spiritual thing. It's like it's a technological advancement that if we don't get up on it, everybody gonna be, people be like, oh, it's gonna take jobs. Yeah, it's gonna take the jobs that you don't want to show up for. It's gonna take those first, and it's gonna take all of the jobs that they tricked a lot of us into thinking that they were secure positions, and then we might have walked around with our chest out, and then those jobs gonna be gone, and everybody gonna get sent back to their desk. But AI, man, I would tell people have to get up on it and learn it. Learn what a GPT is. Learn which GPTs now. Here's the crazy part. they about they almost old. Like it's almost like, you know, if they don't know terms like an API is something that connects this AI to this and makes it work with
Okay.
this. And we're not in those spaces. Just like I don't see a lot of people in the spaces of like, just like this show. Like I'm, you know, I agree to do certain shows where people talk about things that have substance, and and it's not like just uh, it's not just talk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody that's watching this show, if you're watching this show, make sure that you watch this show. Make sure that you watch EYL, which is my man Troy, Rashad, and Ian. Make sure that you watch that show. That is financial literacy. It is the best education that you can get. Watch it every week. You're gonna learn. It'll change your life. It will change your life. Um, if you're not following Jason Wilson, who is from Detroit, you know Jason?
Yes.
Okay. That if they're not following Jason as men, black men, you should be following him. You should be y'all should be fellowshipping with each other, with
Yeah.
young men, and helping and helping each other grow. Um and lastly, I would say like Nikki Saunders. Nikki is I want to say Nikki's last name is Nikki Saunders, but if you follow EYL, you'll see Nikki.
Okay.
And she will teach you about how to monetize, not just monetize, because everybody think that you're supposed to be like how we talking right now.
Yeah.
I'm not. You don't see me everywhere. I don't. And I don't have to be. And I have a very long career, and it's not because of being around him. I'm gonna have a career how I have my career. This has
Fact.
nothing. What I'm doing right now has nothing to do with that. Like he's working on that. I go back and work on that. I go here. I go here. I don't have to be in front of a camera all the time. And stop thinking that you have to be in front of the camera to make money from monetizing. Content is king, and ignorant content will be the death of you. Period. It's not gonna last long. It don't have no shelf life. And if you're teaching somebody something that everybody else know already, you kind of just hustling people.
Ain't
Everybody
no
has a
trying to do
place.
it. You are.
You're hustling people. So if
Yeah.
if you can't find a thing, make a thing. It's called a faceless YouTube. You can make money off that. Stop acting like we're in a hole that we're not. We're climbing out of a barrel that don't exist. The world is open. The barrel is open. The barrel is open. It's going to close back up into another barrel. But if you're not involved in it, you're gonna constantly think we are
Yeah.
trapped in walls that are, man, we are trapped in walls. It's like drywall. Somebody put drywall on top of drywall on top of drywall, right? But all we see is the new version of drywall that's in this line, right? That's all
Yep.
we see. They not seeing that it rained on the other side, and that other side of the drywall is thin, it's rotted. You can just punch right through it. So they think they still in the same wall. We not. That's over. That's over. I'm telling you, it's over. I'm not a person that's just sitting in Detroit. I'm not a person. I've been around the world. I'm around billionaires more than I am my regular friends. The walls are not as thick as you think. Kick them bitches in. Kick them in. Kick them in.
That's a word right there, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to add a couple of names to people to men in Detroit that's really out there with boots on the ground. Student Minister Troy Muhammad, my guy.
Okay.
Zeke from New Era Detroit.
Oh yeah, I know. I heard him.
Yeah, Niggas Vu from